In this video, I'll discuss many things, but before that, let me show you a picture. I think you may have inverter machine in your home. I have too, but what I did is I was surfing internet and I found this Exide home UPS in Amazon. So I took this screenshot, and what I did is there was a brochure screenshot that I have put here, and look carefully. There is a model called Exide P650 and there is a VA rating. So what is this VA rating? I think you may have seen that, and the same question you may have asked, but let me clarify all the answers along with VA rating. I'll also tell you that what is VA, why we use VA, what is a load, what is a power factor. If you watch this video till the end, all the concepts will be clear to you. So let's start with the fundamentals. So first I'll start with concepts of AC power. The AC power behaves in a certain way in AC circuits. Mainly what I mean by AC circuit is the loads. So I'll also tell you about the loads. Let's see that how the power, AC power, is classified in circuits. So there are three kinds of power in AC circuits. One is apparent power. The unit for apparent power is volt ampere. Second one is real power. The unit for real power is watts. Third one is reactive power. The unit for reactive power is volt ampere reactive. We can also call it VAR. So what is apparent power, what is real power, and what is reactive power? I can show you this by an example. You may have wondered that why I am showing a beer can. This is the best example, and there are several examples in internet given using this beer can. I have other examples also, but let me show you with this beer can. I think this is a related example, and you may have seen this. The total amount of beer can be compared to the apparent power. So apparent power is the total supplied power, but the actual beer amount can be compared with the real power. That is, the actual power is consumed by the load. That is called real power. Well, but the total power supplied to the load is apparent power. It may not be necessary that apparent power and real power is equal. It's not that. And then what is reactive power? Reactive power is this amount is called reactive power because it cannot be consumed, but it is there. So reactive power is generated due to some load's reactive properties. That's why reactive power is present. When there is no reactive power, then the load will be an ideal load. No reactive power means the apparent power and real power is almost equal. In the case when apparent power and real power is equal, in case of ideal load. So what is a load? Before telling you load, I want to show you the relationship between apparent power, real power, and reactive power. So it can be shown using a right angle triangle whose hypotenuse can be the apparent power, base is real power, and adjacent is reactive power. So according to the popular formula, the apparent power can be denoted as the root over of real power square plus reactive power square. The angle between apparent power and real power is denoted here. I have denoted it in phi. So as phi. So this phi can lead to us the power factor. So what is a power factor? Power factor is the ratio between real power and apparent power. Power factor tells you the quality of power. When the ratio is equal to 1, that means real power is equal to apparent power, then the quality of power is very good and load is ideal load. So power factor's value can vary from -1 to +1. It never reaches -1. Ideally it can be -1, but in practically it never reaches -1. And when PF is unity, that means power factor is 1, then there is no reactive power, so total supply power is consumed. When PF is less than 1, there is some reactive power, so total supply power is not consumed, there is power loss. So all these will be valid if we know what is a load. So what is a load? Load is an electrical component which consumes energy. Sometimes load dissipates the same energy using heat or by generating light or rotation. In households, loads can be lamps, fans and other home appliances like refrigerator, air conditioner. Electrical load can be of 3 types. We can classify load into 3 types. One is resistive, inductive and capacitive. So what is a resistive load? Resistive loads are ideal loads. It consumes full power, so power factor is unity. It can be 1 but almost near to 1. You can see the graph. The voltage signal denoted as red and the current signal denoted as blue are in proportion, are in phase, so there is no power loss. The example of a resistive load can be a lamp and other heating elements. The loads which have heating elements inside can be resistive loads. What is an inductive load then? Inductive load have a coil inside. So if you see the graph, the voltage and current signal are completely out of phase. Current lags by voltage. So when voltage reaches its peak, after that current reaches its peak. So there is a presence of reactive power. So PF is less than unity. PF means power factor. And if I tell you the examples of inductive load, it is refrigerator, air conditioner, ceiling fan. These are the examples of inductive load. Then what is capacitive load? Capacitive loads have capacitive element inside. So as capacitive elements are used, so reactive components are negative. The interesting fact is the current leads the voltage in case of capacitive load. So PF is not unity, it's near to 0. We don't use capacitive loads in our households. So examples are capacitor banks, radio circuits. These are very good examples of capacitive loads. Not much capacitive loads are used in households. So if you have any question, you can ask me. Otherwise, I have few popular questions which I am asked in Quora and other forums. Some of the I have sorted out few questions, and one of the question is this: if your household has a combination of resistive and inductive loads, then what will happen? In that case, the power source will be rated in volt ampere or kVA to denote apparent power. That's why VA and kVA ratings are there in case of inverter. In every inverter machine, you will find a VA rating somewhere near the cabinet. It is mentioned because there are mixed loads are used in household. Some are resistive, some are inductive. Another question I face is how much power an air conditioner consumes. It's very difficult to tell, but I'll tell you using an example. Air conditioner is an inductive load, so there will be power loss as power factor is less than 1. Normally, a wattage rating is written on the AC cabinet. That is the real power. I have clicked a picture of my AC. See, the power consumption is mentioned here. It's 1540 watts. So I'm giving you one example. Suppose the power, I don't know the power factor. Suppose I have assumed that the power factor is 0.8. It will never be 1. If power factor is 0.8, then the formula becomes real power divided by apparent power is equal to power factor, so 0.8. And if I calculate the same, the apparent power will be then 1925 volt ampere. So the actual power which will be supplied to the air conditioner will be 1925 volt ampere. But there will be some power loss and 1540 watts will be consumed by the AC. So now there is an interesting fact, that is the energy meter of your household will generate electric bill according to 1925 volt ampere. It will not be generated using this 1540 watts. It will never be the case. It will generate bill according to 1925. That's why the AC, if you run AC for long, it will generate it will consume many kilowatt hour. So another fact I want to tell you that capacitive loads are used by electricity distribution companies to improve the power factor, because in long transmission lines sometimes power can be lost. So to improve the power factor, to make the voltage current signals in proportion, they use it in substation before supplying the same current to the consumer. This you should know. This is a quick fact. So thanks for watching the video. If you have not subscribed to our channel, then please do subscribe. I'll come up with many interesting videos in future. Also, if you are not following me in Quora, please follow me in Quora and ask questions. You can follow BTech Bible in Facebook. The link is given in the description box. Also, click on the bell notification icon to get the latest updates.